Hey YouTube, Elite Legionario here, bringing you a 1 vs 1 for Rome 2 Total War. And yes, I know I've been away for a very long time, well, by my standards, 3.5 weeks, 4 weeks, nearly a month. I've been away quite a while, and basically the reason that is, I just haven't felt like doing my channel, to be honest. I just haven't felt in a commentating mood. I haven't felt like I wanted to do it. But now I do. Been watching those tournaments that they did for Rome 2, and trying out the release of the Seleucids and the new Nomadic Tribes pack, which, as you can see, I'm using the Royal Scythia here, and my opponent is the Seleucids. So yeah, since I've just been getting back into it, I now feel like commentating again. So here I am, and I hope I haven't frustrated some of you because of that. I really wasn't in the headspace to doing it, you know. I just couldn't be bothered with it, but now I really am, so that just happens. So anyway, I chose the Royal Scythia, and for those of you, most of you probably already have the Nomadic pack. I think by the 29th of July it's still free to the not July, October, my bad, by October, so you should pick it up while it's still free. But anyway, I chose the Royal Scythia, and those of you who have got it or seen it know that they've got no infantry, like, at least not in the online battle system. They've only got cav. Same with like the Mazakate, I'm not really sure how you say it, and the Roxolani. So anyway, here's my general's unit. Look at these badass cav with like the horns attached to the top. My general is in here somewhere. And I got 3 of these Royal Scythian skirmishers. They're like skirmisher cav, but also melee cav combined, so they're a pretty solid cav unit. I've got 3 of those. Up here I have 3 units of steep horse archers. Actually, might be 4 steep horse archers, so these are just horse archers. Up here I have 4 units of Scythian Royal Horse. Now I think this is melee cav, yeah, I'm pretty sure this is melee cav. And my other 3 cav, which I am 4 cav rather, I'm sending the other way, are steep noble lancers, which are the shock cav. So all of this is pretty solid stuff. My opponent is shooting me out with a giant Greek ballista, which has already knocked the shoot down to nearly half. So my artillery in Rome 2 is still really way too fast reloading and powerful and accurate in my opinion, but that's just, well, the power's right, but the accuracy's too much. Anyway, he's got, fortunately for me, he didn't have a major abundance of pikes, I don't think, so that was good. So he's got 3 archers, 1 Syrian heavy archer, and I might, sorry guys, I might just turn that music down. There we go. Sorry about that. Yeah, he's got a Syrian archer, heavy archer, 3 regular archers. So a Royal Peltist, a couple of Thorax pikemen in the back there, and I think he's got 3 Silver Shield pikemen, another Thorax swordsman there. A Hellenic Cataphract, they're pretty beastie, and these Azat Knights, these are brilliant, these are fantastic. 74 defense, they're going to be a real nasty melee cav unit. Fortunately he's only got a couple of those. I think he's only got, yeah, he's another Azat Knight over here, a citizen cav, and 2 horse skirmishers. So fortunately he's not got a whole heap of real power units, because I didn't want to face a whole heap of really powerful Seleucid cavalry as well as the infantry, because I knew I wouldn't stand much of a chance of that. And in my opinion, so far I'm going to have to say the Seleucids are the strongest faction. They've got pretty much everything Egypt has. Egypt is probably, Seleucids and Egypt, they're about equal. The only thing where, in my opinion, where Egypt slightly has a better advantage over the Seleucids is they've better sword infantry in the Galatian Royal Guard. But everything else is pretty much equal, only that the Seleucids have a better cavalry option. And have every bit as good a pikes, missiles, everything else. So I'd give the Seleucids just a bit of an edge for first place, but Egypt and Seleucids are definitely the best for sure. The Cantabrian Circle's been introduced, so I'm getting into that, and most of the part I'm trying to stop the intersection, and I'm not too worried about happening there. And these units have got the excellent ability Heavy Shot, which gives them like an armor piercing ability, which is going to come in extremely handy in this fight. So anyway, I'm pretty much lost this into shock. I've already a steep noble lancer. That was just my steam going off there. I'm just going to ignore that for now while I'm commentating. So whoever you are, I'm sorry if I ignore you. It's just because I don't like to open it up while I'm commentating. So anyway, my opponent's gone to a kind of a box, I guess. And I'm seeing this happening a lot online, and on Rome 2, is actually, if you don't have the appropriate missiles to deal with it, the box is extremely effective. It is actually extremely effective, unless you're going up your own pikes to break it. But if I'm using a faction like Rome or any of the, Averni or Swaby or Asini or any of that, or anything that's using sort of sword and shield infantry, you'll have a very hard time if you don't have the proper missile support to assist. So anyway, I brought some of my melee cav up the top round here, and I'm bringing in my shock cav to try and run off the rest of these cav, because I'm confident I can deal with it. The only thing that I'm a wee bit worried about is these Azat Knights. Here I bring in one of my horse skirmishers, which is unfortunately my general, and I do get rid of these archers, which is very helpful. But I end up getting him stuck in a fight with a pike, which was really bad. So I get a full charge, which is what you must do with a shock cav. Shock cav is significantly better than it was on release. More than significantly, it's vastly better. It's very, very good and very useful now, particularly cataphracts. But a lot of shock cav, like companions and Ptolemaic cav and Hellenic Royal cav, all that, they are fantastic. They're brilliant now, which I'm really pleased about. I think they should be that good. So here I see my generals zoomed in, trying to get rid of the archers, but I kind of get a little snagged up in a fight with these Silver Shield pikemen, and that's going to be really dangerous to my general. Here I'm going to close my gap here. My steep noble lances are really cleaning up. These Azat Knights are doing quite a lot of damage though, but fortunately there's not too many of them, and I'm now going to completely encircle the end. So let's watch a nice bit of a strike there. So now I complete encirclement on my majority of my enemy's cav. However, I did not catch his Hellenic Royal cataphracts that are in the hoarding over there. So this is where I made a bit of a blunder. I let my general's unit get caught up in a massive tussle with cataphracts and silver shields, but they didn't get their pikes down, fortunately, and I actually inflict a lot of damage. Look at that cataphract dude, he looks so awesome. I end up inflicting a lot of damage, a really great deal of damage with him before he dies. Oops, spinning, sorry. So I ended up killing my opponent's cavalry units, which is very pleasing. He's got a Silver Shield swordsman in there, but I got this unit that freed up over here. I didn't even lose a single casualty, but I'm pretty sure I was just up against horse skirmishers, so that's not really much of an achievement. Let's just look at this Royal Peltris here. It's down to 81. This has just gotten these guys shooting at them, even from the front. So with the heavy shot, you inflict a lot of damage. I actually don't think I had even activated it at this point, but I have taken 40 men out of this Royal Peltris. And the Royal Peltris are really good, so I was very pleased about that. So this was quite a test of my micro being all cavalry and everything, and I'm going to have to say, like, I was playing the first Rome Total War the other day, and Rome 2's kind of officially screwed my micro up on that, but I'm not hugely upset about that, because I think if I really want to play Rome 1 and get back into it, I'll just take the time to relearn it. I won't, re-get my micro back, so I haven't completely lost it or anything. But since they've patched Rome 2 up a lot, it's really fun to play now. It's still got a few little things that are a pain to deal with, but overall Rome 2 is just extremely superior to what it was, and I'm really enjoying it. So here my opponent's gone into phalanx, but he's not really spread his men wide. He's just trying to continue to form a box, but it's not really working. So I'm going to move my guys a bit closer so their shots do more damage directly from being close and onto the flank. And I'll do quite a lot of damage to this Royal Peltris, and then that's not a cheap unit. It's like 920 talents, which is quite a bit. As you can see, I'm mopping up what's left of these Azat Knights and any missile units that were left. So I'm just going to keep trying to keep manoeuvring myself around. It's still very even, but I have dominated the cavalry fight for the most part, and that's good. I was a little disappointed with some of the nomadic packs. I felt they have a lot of cavalry, but I felt like not enough melee cavalry and shock cavalry. Well, shock cavalry is pretty good, but not enough melee cavalry. Like Rome has, let's just use Rome as an example. It has what, probably 12 infantry units, a big pool of infantry units to select from. And I was thinking factions like Parthia and the nomadic tribes and stuff like that should have something similar, a really big pool of cavalry types. I guess they do when you think about it, but the thing is they have nothing else. Like there's Parthia has different stuff, but the nomadic tribe ones, they have nothing else but cavalry, so they should have lots of cavalry and lots of variety. And they do have a pretty big variety, but say some of them only have, like, I think it's the Mizakate, they have no melee cavalry at all. They've got the Saka Royal Saka Royal Cataphracts, which are probably, I'm not sure, but I think they might actually be better than Royal Cataphracts and Hellenic Cataphracts, so they might have the best Cataphract in the game, but don't quote me on that. I read that up somewhere, but I might be wrong. Right, so anyway, he ends up shooting at my guys here, and I do spot that, thankfully. So he's gone back to form his box. So let's watch. These Royal Pelters are down to 77. And now he's put these Thorax Swordsmen in the front there. Now I think this is about the time I went to heavy shots, so my shots are more armor piercing now. And you watch these, I think I'm still targeting the Royal Pelters, and you watch them fall really quickly, even from the front there. And this is a waste of a very good unit, because they have very good flank protection, but they can go straight up the centre and be a core infantry unit as well. They could easily clean out any of my cavalry if they get them bogged down. I'm more worried about the pikes, of course, because I can't easily deal with them, and the box is exceptionally difficult to deal with, but I'm thankful I had these Scythian horse archers with a heavy shot, because without it I would not have stood a chance in this fight. I did a fight earlier on where I had to fight the box, 2 fights of the box state, and I had a complete lack of any missile units, and my god, it is so hard to stop it. The first one I just couldn't. It was a 2 vs 2 and we just couldn't break it. Even though we had a huge advantage, we could not break it because we didn't have enough missiles to whittle it down. And the second one I didn't have any missiles either. However, I did manage to break into it, so not without a huge deal of difficulty and a lot of loss to my men. But overall, the box is a lot more effective in Rome 2 than it was in previous Total Wars. Like the original Rome Total War is very easy to dismantle it, and those tactics in Rome, in the first Rome Total War, still work against the box to a certain extent, but they are not nearly as effective as they were before. Even shooting units in the flank, it doesn't do as much damage. I'd advise archers for it, but you can never really tell if your opponent's going to do it or not. My opponent's reasonably smart to do it here, basically because he's lost all his cavalry and he knows I'm going to have a hard time getting around his pikes with my only cav army. So it's going to be quite tricky. So I'm just running off the rest of these archers because they'll just be a nuisance. So let's just watch a little bit of Cantab circle action. They're probably going pretty slow now because I've been doing it all day, but basically when they just get around to the point, they take all these guys around here will be reloading, or they should be, but they don't look like it, and they just get around to that point, they will fire. So I guess you get less fire all at once, but you get a continuous stream of it without having to, they'll always be firing at some point. If we look at these Royal Pelters down to 55, and they haven't touched anyone, so they're just getting absolutely just destroyed by missile fire alone. So very handy. Horse archers appear to be better. I found in the earlier patches, I just found horse archers to be total rubbish. They just didn't do anything. In my opinion, they didn't inflict any damage, and they didn't skirmish. Like, you had to absolutely micro everything with them, or like I remember I faced Parthia once with Pontus and only a couple of horse archers, and I thought, I'll see what damage I can do to them, and obviously I was doing no damage, and I thought, well, not much point now, and I just sort of started to withdraw them back. Well, I thought, no, I'll let them be, and I'll let them skirmish back, and he charges me with his cataphracts, and they're on skirmish mode, and I'm watching them, and they're literally inches away from them, and I'm stunned. They just don't even try and move. So that was in the earlier patches, though. I think they've completely fixed that, and they do inflict more damage. And this was probably my first really good experience with horse archers as a whole. So basically all I'm trying to do is whittle down the Royal Pelters, because I know I can charge the Royal Pelters and these Thorax Swordsmen. I want to whittle down these 2 units. This unit's down to 55 as well, so I've done heaps of damage to them both. I want to whittle them down because I know I can break those in a charge. And then he'll have to go into like a diamond or something like that if he wants to maintain his box, or I could start breaking in on this unit. And then I just want to basically give him very few ends to the box, basically, because he's only going to have a few pikes to do it. I was concerned about these these Hellenic Cataphracts and Azat Knights. Both are an extremely good cavalry unit. I think the Hellenic Cataphracts are absolutely awesome. I think they look cooler than the Royal Cataphracts. Royal Cataphracts still look very cool, don't get me wrong. But I think these guys got all the good looks of the companions and cataphracts combined. They're just fantastic looking. They're not quite as good as Royal Cataphracts though, in my opinion. Close. They'll still be like a good enough match to basically just nullify the effectiveness of the Royal Cataphracts anyway if they're not supported properly or whatever, or don't catch them in a bad position. I don't know why I stayed in the, I didn't really need to stay in the Cantabrian circle. I just kind of did that. I don't need to though. But as you can see, look at these guys, 25 for these thorax swordsmen, so they took a lot more damage, and look at them just falling. Those that heavy shot is just nuts. It's just absolutely crazy. They're just inflicting damage, and there they go. I don't even need to charge them, they just break. So he has to shift things to get a result there. Now he's pulling these pikes back here, but I was hoping I might be able to charge them while their backs turned, but I was too far away, and he returns them around. So to this turn, I put my Scythian Royal Skirmishers down to charge the Royal Peltists. So let's get a close-up of that. Let's get a nice charge. I'll try and bring you more of these close-ups if I can. I don't know if I stay in there. I might catch them out. I don't know. I think I did. I actually did manage to cause them to go into wavering and they'll rout. But I was getting pretty close to those thorax pikes, so I didn't hang around long. So now he's sort of more a triangle, and I'm just trying to find ways to break in. It'd still be very tricky because these pikes can easily rip up my cavalry. So I mean, I've still got pretty good numbers. My Scythian Royal Horse are in complete numbers. Steep Lance is still decent. And my horse archers is still good. What's these up here? Royal Horse. And here is Scythian Royal Skirmishers going pretty well. I know it was just my steam, so ignore that, guys. So just taking pot shots at the flank of these guys now, and they're down to 65. So it seems the horse archers are a lot better, or at least Royal Scythia's got some good ones, which is great, so they should. These guys are eager to get in, but I just got to make sure I get the right angle. And I saw a bit of a mess up here. He brings his cavalry out, and I thought, well, here's an opportunity, because if I just overwhelm those cataphracts and Azat Knights, I should be able to stop them. However, they are both extremely good cavalry units, and they should never be underestimated. And I did lose my general, as you can see earlier in that little blunder I made there, so I was really thinking my guys would rout, but apparently not. They held very well, so I don't know. I'm not sure to what extent the general affects the stats. So here he charges my Royal Skirmishers here. I think I might have clicked on the cataphracts, but whatever, that's a sweet thing. Sweet looking unit. So anyway, he pulls them away, and I go to chase them, just hoping I might be able to clean a few of them up. However, I've got to be very careful because he got his pikes right there, so I have to pull out of it. And that's another thing it's not perfect, but it's better as the pull-out tactics go in there. Get a nice charge into the flank of these thorax pikes, and they haven't got their pikes down, so I should be able to clean them out. It's kind of hard to tell what's going on, but I've got them kind of sandwiched between these units here. But they hold in for a long time, but they haven't got their pikes down, so there's not much for me to worry about. Excuse me, guys, I can't bring up my Steam page. Don't know what's going on. Just ignore that phone call. Sorry about that. Someone wants to actually talk. Just ignore it, guys. I'm sorry about that. My Steam page won't come up. I don't know why. So hopefully, tactical map. Hopefully that stays quiet. Please stop. Please stop. Please stop. Please stop. Please stop. Anyway, yeah, I encircle that there. Sorry about that, guys. My Steam page wouldn't come up, so I couldn't just ignore it, which I would normally do. I don't know why my Steam page is not coming up. That might be because I'm on Steam. So one of my skirmisher units here is actually breaking. Oh, that looked pretty sweet. But I'm doing pretty well. The unit over here of thorax pikes completely taken on by 4 cav, and it should break soon. It's doing pretty well, but it's not in formation, so it's okay. And most of his guys are not in formation. I was very fortunate to catch him out of formation like this. I don't know why I pulled out like this. I probably should have just kept going at him. I think I wanted to get another charge so I can sandwich again. But this is going pretty good for me. It's going quite good. Yeah, I've got them completely encircled there, and they're just completely cooped up. So they've got very good morale though, so you know they won't break easily. They do get into formation here, so I don't stay in that little charge. So as I'm just trying to encircle, if we look at the tactical map, I'm pretty much wrapped around them, you know, getting around them like so. The tactical map's very useful, although I must admit I don't really use it. Not because I don't think it's good, because I just don't think to use it. I'm still in the old habit of not having it. So anyway, I get a really good charge in there with some of my shock cav. And it's kind of hard to tell what's going on, but at this stage my steep horse archers break, but that wasn't really a big deal. I didn't expect them to last all that long. However, I'm starting to break him, and his general is now routing, so it's very, very useful. So it's very chaotic in there, but basically it's a whole bunch of horses sandwiching pikes, basically, without their pikes at all. So there you go, crush them underfoot. These Scythians have done a very good job today. This unit here is a wee bit of a concern, but he's just not really using it, so I'm not too worried. And his men should break. Basically, once a few of the men break, everyone breaks. So here I charge this unit in the side, and that will break it. And their morale is very, very much shocked. But these Silver Shield Pikemen have done a very good job. Very excellent unit. Very fortunate he didn't get him into phalanx, because I would have been screwed. So anyway, it turns out to be a pretty solid victory for me, which I wasn't expecting. So anyway, guys, I'm hoping you enjoyed that one. It was a fantastic fight, and I can't remember my opponent is. I don't think it's going to show me the end statistics. Okay, no, it didn't. But anyway, guys, it was a pretty fun fight, and most of my cav got a lot of kills. So thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed, and I'm back. So I'll see you soon next time.